Hello and welcome back to QuickTechie.com. So in previous session we have covered 4 exercises. Now let's complete remaining 4 exercises in this session. So now we have created a data frame and everything. Now let's move to the dataset API. So how you can create dataset using a like one RDD you can convert into a dataset. So I'll not go through this all text. You can read it. These are self-explanatory. So I would move further basically, and it's a very small exercise. So what we are doing here is we are creating an RDD as we have done from in the previous exercises, and uh, just let me start a new paragraph here, and I can run this, and that would be creating an RDD. It's very quick. Now I would create a data set using create dataset method of Spark session class. Correct. Spark is an object element of Spark session, so that you can use it to create a data set here. So I'll put just below this and I'll re-execute this code, and that would create a data set here as you can see here, and you can see the data itself to be created. So dataset concept we already covered, so I'll not cover here, but this way you would create a data set here. So avoid using too much data set, rather you use a data frame. That is what, but as part of this exercise I wanted to explain you how data set can be created and kind of thing. Few more exercises we will do and kind of thing on that. So now next is create schema using Scala reflection. Now we have created schema using various ways, correct? Basically, we use struct field, struct type, we use the case classes, we use explicit column name. Now there's a Scala itself provides their own way to create a schema. So that is Scala reflection is a class. So that is also I have covered here somewhere as a question answer as well. What is Scala reflection? A helper trait. Trait you should be able to understand, that is for coming from Scala to create expression encoder for classes whose fields are entirely defined by constructor parent but should not be a case classes. Correct. So constructor define this all the fields, and this is not a case class. You created your own class which is not a case class, but you are defining all fields in the constructor. Then you would use this Scala reflection. So let me run this exercise again, very small exercise. So this class we need to import. This is part of your catalyst, correct? Catalyst optimizer we have discussed previously. So this is internal coming from, and how you can use it like Scala reflection schema for this case. This is the class, basically not a case class. Right now it is case class we have defined, but you can put any class for there instead of case class, and you find data type and instance of struct type we need from this class. So let me run this code, and you can see here. So this is the struct type is created. So the preferred way is not this the way. These are just to show you as an example. You should use either case classes or you should use explicit name to define while creating the data frame. So that those are more easier way. And last one is the infer schema by default from the data. That will cover later. So that these are more of your understanding. If you found somewhere the code is written like that, then you want to understand what exactly this code is doing, so that's where this would be helpful. But I won't recommend doing creating your schema for the classes and all this is bit confusing, correct? And not every developer can understand kind of thing without doing a lot of research. So creating a schema using DDL. What is DDL? If you are fresher, then it would be a question for you. But for experienced developer, DDL is not that complex statement. It's a data definition language. So how do you define your uh, definition for your data? A data definition language is a computer language used to create and modify the structure of the database objects in a database. This so Spark provides this another way to define your schema to and what you can say like to create a schema you can use this. So what I would say, course name is a struct, and type is a basically course name is an entire class, and inside that name is the string, trainer is a string, fee is a string, correct? So that duration is in. So this way you can create a complex uh, again schema here. Again, not a recommended way, but to show you how you can create this, and many people use in their code this way, so that to avoid that confusion and you understand what they are trying to do, that's where I've included that in your that is in example. So you can see like this is a nested thing. So course name has the three fields inside that: name, trainer, and fee, and duration is a separate attribute, and institute is a different attribute. So this way a schema will be defined using Scala, DDL. Right? Now let's do bit more exercise. We created a lot of schema and everything. Now let's try to run a query on data to understand how things work. So this is an end-to-end example, so I'll not repeat this. We have already covered this part. So I'll simply copy this here and we'll create till here. The data frame will create. Okay, let me again do it in a new paragraph. To avoid override, I'll always create new paragraph on top. So now we have defined so this printing is happening from this line, data frame without case classes. So we have not defined any case classes, and that is the reason this is schema is printed. Now here we are creating a column name explicitly. This is the best way to define a column name, either case classes or explicit way to define it. And now we have created. Let me print this again here to show you whether column name is assigned or not. So I'll run this code here, and you can see here now column name are assigned to this data frame. Now what I wanted to select the courses conducted in Mumbai having prices more than 5,000. Also, you can select the columns you need in a teach. So what we wanted to select here, only courses which are conducted in Mumbai. So there are total five courses we have created, and out of this we know like Mumbai, Hadoop course is conducted in Mumbai, and only one course is conducted in Mumbai. So we wanted to, and its fee should be greater than 5,000. So two conditions. Yes, to satisfy this record, this condition. So how would you write it? This code is in a DSL, using DSL or API way. You can say data frame from with this is your data frame. You define where condition, which says like where this apostrophe you can right now not it, but this is the way you can define which column you want to refer here. So fee column we wanted to refer in this fee column is greater than 5,000, and where value equal to Mumbai. So entire expression you see here three equal signs here. Remember, like this way, if you are using this apostrophe way to select the column, then you need to use three equal sign here. And then I wanted to select only name, fee, and duration column. I don't want all five column in an output. I want only three column in output. So this one statement is doing a lot. You see here very small or line of code, but doing a lot. It is filtering out entire data where the fees is more than 5,000, location venue of the training is Mumbai, and give me only this column in an output in my output report if I wanted to generate. So this is what I would be running here. Now if I run here and you see here, so this is now this output will not be shown until and unless you ask for to do that. So filter df data frame dot show method would help you to show the output here. So this is what the your result here. As we know, like this is the only one course which is happening in Mumbai with the 5 days duration and fees is more than 5,000. Okay. Now let's run create a code more SQL friendly way. So this is DSL way. This is some people may prefer or may not prefer the way to write this code. So there is, if you are good on SQL side, so I would highly recommend to use this way. So first what you will do, this data frame convert it into a table or temporary view. You can say what is temporary view. This is a virtual basically. So what is the view first? In SQL, a view is a virtual table based on the result set of an SQL statement. Like you can create virtually in memory, this object would be created. So your entire data frame would be converted into a table format, and the name of the table would be THE course. So if you are coming from SQL background, you would easily understand what temporary view is. It's temporary view. As soon as you close your Spark session or your lab, then this view would go away. So if you want to create this view in your session, then you can use this. and don't persist this until and unless there's an absolute need for that. So that is the way I would be defining. So this in question answer I have mentioned what exactly this means and kind of thing, so that you can read it here. So to avoid a longer training session, correct, recording, because I don't want to get you to bored basically, correct, by just listening and kind of thing. So practice your own. You can read this stuff like I prepared specifically for this session, correct, not for any other session. Uh, so you can. So now this view is created here, and you can run the same query which we did here using here. Select star from T code HE codes where fee is greater than 500 and value equal to Mumbai. So and this filter DF. So that makes your life even more simpler when you use SQL. And if you are good on SQL, which most of the data engineer, data analyst, data science, this is basic knowledge they should have. So I assume like you have good, good understanding of Spark SQL. And you can see here we have selected star. So everything we want to select here. So that is the reason you can see in the output all 5 columns are there. If you want, you can simply just let's say I will just put name here and then run it. Then you will realize like okay, only one column in our output. So putting a star, you get all column. And if you want a specific column to be selected, then you can do this way as well. Correct. So this is an output, it would be generated. So this is what all I wanted to create, and I hope you are enjoying. This is the first Spark lab we have worked on as part of this training. So we'll see more exercises going forward and we'll discuss more on each one. Thanks and wish you all the best for your career, and I hope this is very useful for your career. Thank you. I'm stopping now.